We can wait for a minute. Where are everybody?
We have a solar eclipse going
Going
on.
on right now.
Yeah, is there like I'm kind of I've never really heard of like so what does ISKCON say about like what we should do like during
Very similar what normally you do in India. Your mom is astrologer. She would know better.
unable to hear you somehow.
You can't hear me? We can start now. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातदहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव साधु गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य एच डी वांगाचार्य प्रभुपाद की जय निताई गौर प्रेमनंदी हरि हरि बोल I don't see Manohar Prabhu here. And Bhaskar Prabhu is not here yet. Okay, Hare Krishna, we'll start. So we are in chapter 11 and we have been reading together. I think that's how we can get best out of this chapter. So we'll continue reading today also. Last class, I believe we went up to verse number 16, I believe. Yeah, maybe a little more than that. We'll figure that out. Or maybe 31st. I don't know. You might have finished all of these four. Yeah, it's almost up to verse number 31st. So in previous chapter, Krishna is showing his Vibhuti form. So after seeing that, Arjun wanted to see more. So he requested that, my dear Lord, please show us your universal form. And then Lord Krishna started showing his universal form. And as Arjun was seeing this form, which was empowered by Krishna, Krishna gave him Divya Chakshu, divine vision, by which he can see the form of Krishna. And the form of Krishna cannot be seen until there is a special mercy of Krishna. And Krishna will conclude this chapter also saying that. And then Arjun is experiencing Lord's divine form. So we ended up here. And as Arjun is seeing his form, he was very much perplexed to see everything at one place. He could see no middle, no end. He could see everything more than he could imagine. And he was completely uh, in wonder, seeing who this person he is and what is the purpose of this person. He saw everything and everybody inside that form. He saw all the demigods worshipping him and within him. And he also saw all the Kurus, such as Karna and Bhishma and other, going into the blazing mouth that was filled with fire like moth. So after seeing all of these wonders, he is asking, he is putting two important questions in front of Krishna. And he's saying, who are you in this ferocious form? The Sanskrit word is Ugra Rupa. So who you are in this Ugra Rupa and what is your mission? So who are you? That's first question. And the second, what is your mission? So we talked about some of these statements here that Virat Rupa is not an eternal form of the Lord. It's an imaginary form, which means this form is not like other form such as Varaha, Lord Rama, Narsimha, or other incarnations and Vishnu forms. But any form of Krishna cannot be seen until one has firm faith and devotion towards Krishna. So Arjun was empowered that divine vision because he was already devotee of Krishna. And you will see here that he would see Lord Vishwarupa universal form. Then after that, Lord is going to show him his four-arm form, which is Vishnu form. And then finally the Shyam Sundar form, two-arm form. So Vishnu form and the two-arm form as Shyam Sundar are even more confidential than his Vishwarupa. So any form of Krishna one cannot see unless and until one is sufficiently advanced in Krishna consciousness. So the question was asked that what is the purpose? So purpose, there are multiple purpose. Krishna, by one action, he sends thousands of the messages. So we talked about that Arjun wanted to prove Lord's divine position. He also wanted to showcase example so that in future somebody cannot claim that he or she is a god. Prabhupada in many of his purports said that if one is going to claim that I am Krishna, then let that person lift Govardhan Hill on their pinky for 7 days. And then other message you can get here is Lord's as it is Shyam Sundar in two-arm form. He is inclusive of all other wondrous, ferocious, and divine form of the Lord. So when Krishna is saying that Aham Sarvasva Prabhavo, by showing the universal form, he is presenting that as an example that indeed he is Sarvaprabhavo. There is nobody superior and greater than him. And also this form is only visible to devotee, not to someone. And Krishna will say later. So we'll just read that. So first question, who are you? And Krishna is going to answer this here. Kalavasmi lokachaya krita pariviridho lokan samhritam iha pariviritah arteyapi tvam avishanti sarve. A avastitah prati anikeshu yodha. So he says that Kalavasmi, I'm time. Lokchaya, and I have come here to destroy this heinous personality. I'm going to kill all of these adharmic people. Hritiyapi tom na bhavishanti sarve, with the exceptions of you all Pandava, because you are the devotee. Otherwise, everyone will be slain. Wow. So at the time, Krishna, very important. At the time, Krishna says that I destroy everything. And I'm sure, if not, then I can talk that how, at a time, Krishna destroys everything. Maybe I can show you some information. What are different types of annihilations and how impactful those annihilations are. Then he requests that's why, O Arjun, Tashmat, therefore, Tashmat Tvam Utisthya Yasho Lavasya Jitva Satrun Bhungshava Rajam Samridham Maya Vaite Nidata Purvameva Nimit Matra Bhavasavasaji. So Tasmat, therefore, Tam Utisthaha, you get up and Yasho, take the credit of being the winner. And very important point, you enjoy the flourishing kingdom. So sometimes, the people who are on irreligious path, they think that there is nobody, there is no dharma, there is no God, there is nobody watching anything, nothing can happen. But that's not true. Krishna says here that I want you to be king. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharat. Avita nama dharmasya tadatmane srijamiham. I come to establish the dharma. So he says, at a time I'm here to destroy and kill all of this irreligious personality, except you righteous people, in this case Pandavas. So don't worry, get up and fight. And just take the name, take the Yashu. Yash means glory. Eva Yasha, come and take this Yasha. Eva Yasha Tribhuvana. Now in all these three words, you be glorious, be king. Why? Mai avate. Maya. Mai means mine. Avate. Nihatha. Purvameva. They already have been. Nihatha means killed. Purva means before even you fight begins. Purvam. So Maya Vete Nihata Purvameva. They already have been killed by my plan. They already have been killed by my plan. Nimit Matram Bhavasavasachi. Savasachi here refers to Arjun. Person who is skillful in shooting arrows on the battlefield. So Savasachi, O Arjun, Nimit Matram, just become an instrument. Okay, so from here, can somebody start reading? Since it's only sentences.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Is
Yeah,
it
please.
36?
34, from 34.
Okay, from 34. Okay. I have already killed Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other warriors. Therefore, simply fight and kill them, and don't be disturbed or fearful that they have celestial weapons. You will vanquish your enemies easily.
Krishna already said, don't worry, I've already killed them. And don't
Yeah.
worry that they have celestial weapons, because you will be very easily able to kill them. You can easily vanquish them. Wow. Okay, continue, Mataji.
46, Arjuna's prayer. Hearing these words, outcome of the battle from Lord, Arjuna, with folded hands, trembling, offered obeisances again and again, and fearfully spoke in a faltering voice in the mood of wonder as follows. 36 to 38, glorification. Krishna's pleasing and ferocious forms are objects of attraction and repulsion. O master of the senses, Rishikesha, the universe rejoices, prashyati, by hearing your glorification, prakirtiya, and becomes attracted to you, anurajyate. The perfected devotees offer you homage, but the frightened demons flee in all directions. 37. Krishna is worshipable by all. O Great One, Mahatma, original creator, Adikartre, greater than even Brahma. Why should they don't offer respects to you? O limitless one God of gods, Devesha, shelter of the universe, Jagannivasa, you are imperishable. Aksharam, transcendental to material cause and effect. Sat, Asat, Param.
Yes. So after Krishna asked Arjun to become his instrument and said that you just become instrument because I have already killed them. Take the glory. Then Arjun started doing the glorification of the Lord. And he says, in a very nice, I highlighted it. Oh, great one, oh, original creator, greater than even Brahma. Why should people do not respect? Why should they not offer respect to you? Because they don't know you. They don't have the opportunity to see this universal form. Now, when I'm saying it, I can see how powerful you are, who you are. You are limitless. He just saw. He just saw. And you are one God of all the gods. And the beautiful word here is Jagan Nivasa, Purusha Avatar, Karnodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Chodakshai Vishnu. You are the cause of this material creation. And you are the cause of a spiritual creation also. And you are eternal. You are Aksharam, transcendental, beyond things which are temporary or things which are subtle. Both subtle and unsubtle. Subtle and gross, both of them are temporary. But whatever form they have, either they have the Shad form or they have a Asat form, you are beyond both the Sad and Asat form. So why people are not your devotee? You are master of senses. You are source of all the happiness. So why? And so he's kind of a little bit, wondering why. As a devotee, I'm sure many of you will wonder the same thing. Why not everybody is devotee of Lord? Okay, somebody else can read.
I will read, Prabhuji. Krishna is the ultimate shelter of. You want to read from there, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please. Yes, from 38 all the way 46. The entire
Okay.
slide, Mataji, please read.
Okay. Krishna is the ultimate shelter of everything. Tvam Adi Deva Purusha Puranas. Tvam Asya Vishwasya Param Nidanam. Vetasi Vedyam cha Param cha Dama Tvaya Tatam Vishwam Ananta Rupa. 39 to 40. You are you want to read the meaning also,
Yeah, I
Prabhupada?
read the meaning for others too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Tvam Adi Deva Purusha Puranas. You are the original God, primeval person. Tvam Asya Vishwasya Param Nidanam, ultimate refuge of the world after destruction. Vetasi Vedyam Chaparam Cha Dama, knower of all, supreme knowledge and shelter. Tvaya Tatam Vishwam Ananta Rupa, all pervading and unlimited form. 39 to 40 obeisances. My repeated respects unto you thousands of times. You are the demigod Vayu, air, Yama, controller, Agni, fire, Varuna, water, Shashanka, moon, Prajapati, Brahma, Prapitamaha, great grandfather. 40th number 40th sloka. Obeisances unto you for all sides. O unbounded power, Ananta Virya, the master of limitless might, Amita Vikramaha, all pervading, you are everything. Sloka 41 to 44, apologies. Please forgive all my offenses, whatever I did in madness, pramada, or love, pranaya, considering you my friend, not knowing your glories. I rashly addressed you, O Krishna, Yadava, O friend. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Shaketi. I dishonored you many times, jesting, laying, sat, or ate together, alone and in front of others, O infallible one. Krishna's incomparable powers. Pitashi Lokasya Characharasya. You are the father of this world, of all the moving and the non-moving beings. Tvam Asya Pujasyascha Gurur Gariyan. You are the most worshipable of all worshipable people and the supreme spiritual master. Natvat Samosti Abhiyadikaha Kutonyo. No one is equal to you. Where can there be anyone greater than you within thee? 44. Please tolerate me, just as father tolerate his son, or a friend tolerate his friend, or a husband tolerate wife's familiarity. O most worshipable Lord, I prostrate my body to offer you respect and ask your mercy. 45 to 46, request 45. I am both gladdened and frightened, seeing your universal form, which was never seen before. Please be merciful and reveal your pleasing form again, O Lord of Lord, O abode of the universe. Prashida Devesha Jagannivasa. I wish to see your four-armed form with helmeted head, holding club, disc, conch, and lotus. O thousand-armed universal form, please appear in that form.
So we can see here beautiful series of verses and powerful statements. So Arjun is now, I'm sure he's devotee, he knows Krishna. But just to set example, he is now very much apologizing. His apologies that in madness or in pranaya or maybe in my affection, I was playing with you, jesting, I was joking with you. I sat with you, I ate together. But please forgive me. Who you are? Pitasi lokasya characharasya. Char and achar. Lokasya, the entire loka. So you are the father of both moving and non-moving. Tamasya pujasya cha gurur gariyan. Guru gariyan. You are, gariyan means superior. You are most worshipable than, than any other spiritual object of worship. Very important point. You are most worshipable. Gariyan, superior than any other object of worship. And then he says, Natvatasmo asti abhya adhika kutu anyo. So forget about being natvat. Samo asti. Samo means equal. There is nobody even equal to you. Arjuna is saying. Then where is the question of Kuto? Where is the question of there is something anew, which is Abhaya Adhikaha, which is greater than you, which is bigger than you. Arjuna is saying, pure devotee of the Lord. So we have to see what Arjuna is saying to Krishna. That there is no one even equal to you. Forget about being somebody even superior than you. So please forgive all of my offenses. Kindly tolerate me as father does to his son, as husband does to wives, or vice versa, whichever. Don't cling with the statement, but understand the essence, as friends does to friend. So enough of this universal form. I'm frightened. But on the other hand, I'm gladdened also, because let the human being understand who you are. But now, please be merciful on me and show me your four-armed form. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in his commentary that this divine form, as we just saw in series of verses, it's already very divine. Arjun requested that I would like to see your divine form. And now Krishna is showing. So after seeing this form, now he is requesting, enough. I understood now. Please get back to your four-armed form. Please show me your original form, which is Shyam Sundar form, two-armed form. I cannot, continue looking at this form. This is too frightening for me. So the statement that is made by our acharyas, that is not like that the four-armed form or two-armed form is less confidential than Vishrupa. No, the four-armed form of the Vishnu, two-armed form of Shyam Sundar is even more confidential. So Guhyam, Guhyatar and Guhyatamam. Shyam Sundar form of Lord is most confidential form, and only pure devotee of Lord can see that form. So one should not think, and that's the point I wanted to make, that when Arjuna is requesting to see his four-armed forms or two-armed form, those form are less important. Rather, it's more important. It's more confidential form. But those forms are revealed only to devotees. Okay, continue. Somebody else can read. Please read.
I will read through.
Yeah, please read.
47, 49. Rarity of seeing Krishna's universal form. 47. Dear Arjun, I have shown my superior, effulgent, unlimited universal form by my internal potency, being pleased with you. No one has ever seen this before you. 48. No one has seen this form because neither by Vedic study or nor by sacrifice, charity, pious acts, penances can I be seen in this form. I am seen only by bhakti. 49. Let this vision be over. You were afraid and bewildered by seeing this horrible creature, Ghoram, of mine. Now be free from fear. With a peaceful mind, again see the form you desire.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Mataji, please continue.
50, 51. Krishna then reveals his four-armed and two-armed form. 50-51. Krishna then reveals his four-armed form and his original two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Krishna Arjun. Arjun said, O Janardhan, seeing this pleasant human-like form, Manushyam Rupam, is so very beautiful, I regain composure and restored to my original nature. 52-55. Conclusion, glories of Krishna's personal form and bhakti. 52-53. Rarity of seeing Krishna's human-like form. This human form of mine, which you are seeing, is still very difficult to see. Sudarshananam. Even the demigods are longing to see this form. This can be understood only by bhakti. I'll skip the Sanskrit part. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. 54. Krishna is known and seen only by Anyan Bhakti. Only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, O Arjuna. Only in this way it is possible to know me, see me, and enter into mysteries of my understanding, O Arjuna. 55. Essence of Bhagavad Gita. Perform bhakti and attain Krishna. He who works for me, consider me the supreme, who is devoted to me without material attachment, without enmity towards and living beings, it will surely attain me, O Krishna, O Arjuna.
Yes. So last few verses, pure bhakti, ananya bhakti, unalloyed devotional service, kevalya bhakti. These are the synonym for this term, ananya bhakti. So Krishna now is giving a essence. He is giving a summary, and what he is saying that bhaktya tav ananya shakhya. Shakhya means friend. Aham evam vidu Arjuna jatum drashtum chatattvena praveshtum cha parantapa. So bhaktya tav ananya shakha. This form that you just saw, my forearm form, when Krishna appeared, he showed his forearm form to Devaki and Vasudeva. And then it changed, turned into two-arm form as Radha Shyamsundar. So all of these forms that we just went through, only by Ananya Bhakti, Sakha means when one has developed that devotional relationship with Supreme Lord, they can be able to understand and see only by bhakti. It is possible only through bhakti to know me, to see me, and praveshtum, pravesh, to enter into my divine mystery and capabilities or wisdom to understand it. So surface scratching will keep on happening, but unless and until one is not very serious sadhaka, fully situated in pure devotional service, very difficult. And then finally, this 55 verse, which is a star verse, which is important for you to memorize also for the exam. He says, Mat karma krin mat paramo. And see what is the translation. Karma. Karma is action. So mat karma krin, mat paramo. Mat paramo means one who consider me as the supreme goal and engage in working for me. That's what it is. So devotional service. Prabhupada translated bhakti as devotional service. So anything from top to bottom, anywhere, whatever we do, if it's done, the karma, the action that is done, that has not been put into a different category. But this is lower karma, that's bigger karma. No, that's not the point. The point is that considering me the supreme mat paramo, that is the criteria. Acting, thinking that I am the supreme goal. Mad bhakta shanga varjita. Shanga varjita. Shanga refers to attachment, especially attachment of the material results. Very beautiful verse. So many important point has been mentioned here. Considering Krishna as a supreme goal, acting for him without any material motivation, with devotion. Mad bhaktaya. So some of these criteria mentioned here. No ulterior motivation, with full devotion. Considering Krishna as the supreme goal and acting in every or whatever capacity we can. And then nirvairaha sarvabhuteshu. That's another beautiful point. Sarvabhuteshu here refers to living being. And nirvairaha, no enmity. This is Uttamadhikari, quality of Uttamadhikari. It's very difficult to come this stage where we are not showing the very bhav. And that stage comes when we are beyond the material duality. We saw, not in this class, I think we were talking Bhakti Vaibhav class, that Rajav Thakur mentioned that there are two types of attachment. One is material attachment. I'm just summarizing, rephrasing it. And second one is a spiritual attachment. Material attachment and a spiritual attachment with everything that is existing around us. So when we act on the material attachment, our dealing is, this is coming from Vishwanath Thakur in one of the purport he's writing. He's saying that when we are acting on the material attachment, our relationship is based on proportional dealings, proportional liking and disliking, favor and unfavor, praise and criticism. All of that are the criteria to set who is mine and who is not mine. And then he said, but a spiritual relationship has nothing to do all of this. A person who is acting on a spiritual relationship, so dealings, there is a, like you can consider a big circle, hard, heavy, a strong circle. And that circle is a circle of material dealing. And the entire material world, you can just imagine that is within that circle. Or you can consider a sphere also, that's fine. Something that's very hard, very heavy to cross over. That's working as a shield outside. And that shield is basically the outer shield of the material existence. And that's reality, in fact. If you understand the structure of the cosmos, the last shield is 5 gross and 3 subtle. And one layer is 10 times bigger than previous layer. So it's really acting as a shield. And then the entire human being are within that shield. And then we have interaction with other living being, devotee, not devotee, all types of personalities are there. And then our emotions are captured in that dealing. Very powerful. I don't know, I don't have words to express it, but please think about it carefully. And in that way, we are dealing with the inferior object. We are dealing with the dealings of the material world. So Krishna says here, Nirvairaha Sarvabhuteshu. So he's talking about a spiritual relationship, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions in one of his, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions in one of his purport, that one has to act on spiritual dealings, come to that stage where they don't have any enmity towards any living being. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu, Krishna says. Mad bhakti labhate param. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu. Sama means equal. Sarva bhuteshu, all living being. Friend and not a friend. Yah samameti. O Pandav, here refers to Arjun. Yah sha mam eti. By this way, that person will attain me. So this verse has multiple important points. So many important points that are just crunched in one verse. And this verse is Shamam Bonam of this chapter, essence of Bhagavad Gita. Once again, I would like to go through this verse. Mat karma krin mat paramo. Please understand these statements. Mad bhakta sangavarjitaha. Nirvairaha sarvabhutesu. Yashama meti pandav. Who will attend me? A person who is always engaged in my devotional service with no ulterior motivation, pursued in pure devotional service, without enmity towards the living being of this material world, will surely come to me. So all of these qualities, always engage in devotional service, cannot happen unless until we have sufficient faith. Right? Sufficient faith. We cannot have Kevalya Bhakti until we have sufficient faith. We cannot have this Nirvairaha propensity for all living beings until we have weak faith. So while we have weak faith, we are very much bound by the dealings of the material world. Tat Sardha, Tat Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivritti. Faith, association of the devotee, engaging in devotional service, and trying to come out of anarthas. These are all within the realm of weak faith. So all the dealings, Tragunna Visaya Veda, as Tragunna Bhava Arjuna. So when one has weak faith, their dealings are going to be material. And then that person will be somewhere on the higher, maybe very advanced on Sardha, very advanced on Bhajan Kriya, very advanced on Sadhu Sangha. anartha nivritti, but still with some degree of weak faith. But when when the faith is firm, Ishvara Prabha Krishna, Chitananda Vigraha, Nahamorni, na Shudro, na Narpati. I am not this, not that. I am not the Grihapati. I'm not the king. I'm not the queen. I'm not the men. I'm not the women. Gopi Bharta Padakamla Yor Das Anudas. I am the servants of the servants of the servants of the servants. All of this higher understanding comes when one has a firm faith. And that firm faith in Shastric understanding is called Nishtha. Nishtha. So you as a devotee, we as a devotee, if you want to know that how much we have advanced in our process, where we are on the realm of our Krishna consciousness, I'm still holding weak faith or I have a strong faith. If I have a strong faith, then I'm not captivated by the dealings that is within this realm of Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan, Kriya, and Artha Nivritti. We have crossed and we have come now. Water is very deep, very calm, very quiet. Always releasing that a strong connection one has with Krishna. So that's the goal. That's the goal. You would ask, what's the purpose of the chapter? Every verse that is spoken in Bhagavad Gita is helping us understand, come to the higher stage of Krishna consciousness, higher and higher and higher stage of Krishna consciousness, where our faith, Krishna is formed. And what is the symptom of that firm faith? Mat karma krina mat paramo, mad bhakta shanga varjitaha, nirvairaha sarvabhuteshu yasa mameti pandava. We are in this understanding of Krishna consciousness always, but it is not going to happen unless and until our faith is formed. But it's simultaneous process. Our engagement slowly and slowly purifies, and it's kind of two-wheel, rail. Both of them have to move to make the movement. Slowly and slowly, we are moving. So I wanted to emphasize and give you some understanding that when we introspect ourselves, I mean, am I acting spiritually or am I acting materially? Sometimes, my dealings, I look at that way. What's the drive here? Is it coming from my bodily understanding or is it coming from a spiritual understanding? So very beautifully, Krishna summarized this chapter. So with that, I would like to conclude. Chapter 11 is completed. Anybody has any questions, anything that they would like to ask, discuss, share, please feel free to do so. Thank you. I'll stop sharing a screen.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Dandavat,
Dandavat Pranam. I
Haribol.
have a
Dandavат Mata.
question.
Yes, Mata.
Verse 32, it says like Krishna is saying that I am the time, I am the ultimate destroyer, right?
Mhm.
And then here he says, I have come to destroy the heinous people and except for this righteous people. But ultimately, the righteous people also have to be gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, so will it be like we can say that they Krishna here is saying that to claim the devotees to take them back to Godhead, like to his abode?
Yeah. Yes. So time, then you are in fact asking me to share that screen, which I haven't shared. But yes, destination is different. And the material minded people whose goal was sense gratification, they also get annihilated by time, but their annihilation is not ultimate annihilation. They have to punarapi janmam, punarapi marnam. They are still within the realm of the material world, the hard shell that we talked. They are within that shell. But when Jiva's false ego is completely distracted, and that happens by engaging in devotional service, pure devotional service, then one body annihilates and soul gets completely free out of this hard shell, go back to home, back to Krishna. So as a time, Krishna annihilates everything. But I need to show you that screen since you asked, Mataji. Very good question. Can you see this screen? Can somebody
Yes.
confirm?
Yes, Prabhuji, we see.
Yes,
So
sir.
as a time, Krishna annihilates everything. So there are 4 types of annihilation. The first one is called Naimitika annihilation, called Naimitika Parlaya, cyclic destruction. Second one is Prakritika Parlaya, elemental annihilation. Third one is Atyantika Parlaya, ultimate annihilation. And fourth one is Nitya Parlaya, constant annihilation. So this constant annihilation, everything is dying with time. All of us are, each and every moment, dying with time. So what is the time? Bhagavatam very clearly says it's Krishna. So example is given that fresh flower. How to see if things are dying with time? Fresh flower. Pluck it, leave it. After 10 hours, you go, you'll see it's faded. Time has killed it. So likewise, all of us, Kaumarya Jara, Tata Dehantar Praptir Dhiras Tatnamuyati, we have gone through babyhood, childhood, youthhood, now adulthood. We are getting into other side of the hill. Did time annihilated us? Yes, time has annihilated us. So that Nitya Parlaya, which happens with time. Now come all the way on the top. There is Naimitika Parlaya. And that Naimitika Parlaya happens, Lord Brahma in Bhagavatam says, Lord Brahma has 100 years of his lifespan. And each year has months, day and nights. So his days are thousands Divya Yuga. And in thousands Divya Yuga, there are 14 Manu. And each Manu has 72 Divya Yuga, which means in each Manu, in one day of Lord Brahma, there are thousands days, thousands Kaljug, thousands Satyug, thousands Dwapar, thousands Treta in one day. Thousands of those. And those thousands are divided into Manus, 14 Manus. Bhagavatam says 8 canto. And each day there is partial annihilation, which means lower planetary system, Bhumandala, Bhuor, Swarg, this everything before Dhruva planet get annihilated. And it's like, day is wrapping up and you are in your office. So in the day, whole day work, and in the evening you wrap everything up, close the door and leave. And the next day you start. So like that. So everything that is below Dhruva planet gets annihilated. That's partial destruction. Everything gets into the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So that destruction also happens with time. Time comes, and in that time, Mataji, multiple living beings would, as I said, there are thousands Satyug, thousands Treta, thousands Dwapar, thousand Kali Yuga. Huge amount of time. And in that, even in Kali Yuga, we are only here for 100 years. So many jivas are coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. And all of them are basically going back to the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And when day starts, they come out. Night starts, they go back. Day starts, they come out. Night starts, they go back. So that's what is happening. And then there is Prakritika Parlaya. That's the final annihilation of the material world, where Lord Brahma has finished his 100 years. So at that stage, Garbhodakshai Vishnu also and all the material elements gets into Karnodakshai Vishnu's body. So Karnodakshai, Garbhodakshai, Chirodakshai Vishnu, remember, right? So Karnodakshai is the ultimate personality, ultimate Purusha, super soul of the universe. So the universe, you can see that the egg of the material universe that has come from his body will go back into his body. So that's another annihilation that happens with time. So cyclic destructions, elemental destruction, these are different time. That's thousands of the Diva Yoga. That's 100 thousands of the Diva Yoga, 100 years, right? Plus all the nights. Day and night have the same time. So night have no action happening. If you really, Mataji, understand this whole thing, you'll just say, my gosh, how much I have been suffering this. People are not understanding this. So thousands Diva Yoga is day and night is the same time, but no action. We live in the body of Garbhodakshai Vishnu for entire night, like we sleep, and then daytime we come out. That's all happening into Naimitika Parlaya. And then Prakritika Parlaya, everything now higher than Dhruva Loka also. All of that, is finally getting into the body of Karnodakshai Vishnu. But if you look at these two time, this is a huge time. But in that time, there is very important Parlaya here, Atyantika Parlaya. And this Parlaya happens with each and every living being's consciousness. So when either any day of Burma or any time of Burma's day in any yuga, when living being come to this understanding that Jivara Sarupaya Nitya Krishna Das, no, I am eternal Brahman and my eternal duty is to engage in devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Anyavilasita Shunyam Gyan Karmadya Navritam Anukuli Anukrishnanu Silnam Bhakti Uttama. All of these understanding when develops and one is fully without any barriers and without any reservation, one is engaged in devotional service, then that person will be fully liberated. And then he would cross the entire material creation. Will go back to home, back to Krishna. So devotee, they are also annihilated by time, but they are going to this destination. Their false ego is destroyed with time. Their soul has come to this assess to understand that Mamayansa Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, I am part and parcel of Krishna. And then they go back to home, back to Krishna. But other living beings, either they are caught into cyclic destruction, later they are part of the elemental destruction, and each and every moment they are part of the Nitya Parlaya. Okay, so there is some difference here. Is it clear or not, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, I just I want to reiterate what I understood. Like all the three, except like out of all these four, Atyantika Pralay is when the devotee, and it can happen individually. Like for a devotee, if
Yes.
they are highly elevated and fully surrendered soul, they get Atyantik. They get into Atyantika Pralay and they get liberated, and then there is no
Coming
more
back.
of yes, and but the rest three is for the regular, like non like
Yes, yes, you got it. Yes,
yes.
So we can be now your Atyantika Parlaya could be, in Satyuga, could be in Kali Yuga, could be in any other, in the very dark age of Kali Yuga. Anytime it can happen. Whenever there is morning, the day begins, right? So it's like that. Whenever we do sadhu and shastra, whenever we come to association of these personalities, they say, hey, what you are doing? Why you are wasting your life? Why don't you chant the name of Krishna? and go back to Krishna. So from there, we start basically taking shelter, and we might have some aparadh. We might not be as good as you want to see yourself, but there is introspection, there is contemplation, all of that's happening. But each and every minute, the soul is purifying, and good or bad, whatever way things are, you are going towards Krishna. Okay, so it takes time. It might happen that if you can't make this life perfect, then you'll come back. Then you might have to go through this cyclic destruction, which means coming back again. But next life, Krishna says, Suchinam Srimate Gehe, Salpamapi Dharmasya Trayato Mahato Bhayat, all of that thing will start happening. And then you can purify your consciousness, go back to home, back to Krishna. I'm trying
Hare
to
Krishna.
open. Hari Bol Dandot. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Dandot.
So I just wanted to ask, last time you had left with that question, maybe I could not get the answer. Is this universal form of the Lord, it is the offshoot of which? Garbhodakshaya Vishnu or Shirodakshaya?
Garbhodakshay.
Garbhodakshaya.